would be impossible. I could just go and then maybe I might reach it.
Well, if you stretch high enough, you just might reach it. But on the 9th of January 2025, the Deputy Prime Minister, inspiring Angela Rayner, and if you've looked at her life story growing up, you'll understand why she is an inspiration, was at a housing, communities and local government committee meeting where the chair, Florence Eshalomi, got on about social housing targets.
Thank you. The only other thing on the social housing one is obviously your predecessor had a target of 30,000 new homes, Secretary of State. In terms of the issues that you outline in terms of homelessness, in terms of people on the waiting list, how are you going to make a dent in that if we don't have a figure and a target for how many new social homes are going to be built by this Parliament?
Yeah, I appreciate the challenge, Chair, but the reason why I haven't put a target other than we will have the biggest wave of social and council homes of a generation, the reason I haven't put a target on it is because, first of all, every government has failed to meet the target that they've set, but equally, as the Permanent Secretary just described just in that last answer, there's a number of different permutations. So depending on the local plan, which I'm not in control of because it's a local plan, they will identify the areas of land that could be used, and then depending on the area of land that could be used and the land value and other factors dependent upon how many social and council homes you can get from it. But what we will do is set out clear, like we have with the golden rules for the release of grey belt, what we think people should be delivering as part of that, so that we do get those numbers, but it very much depends on the land and the local plans on how many of them are delivered through which programme. So it would be foolish of me, without having those local plans, to
even
then
the minimum
try and,
level, Secretary of State.
Well, I think the minimum level is that I've said the biggest wave of social and council housing for a generation. So I mean that's quite a big target. I don't want to fall below where we've been in the past. I want to way exceed that. But the challenge and the reason we've put the golden rules in, and the reason that we've put so much resources into making sure that developers don't whittle out of their obligations under 106 notices, is so we can, and giving the councils their full right to buy receipts and the more additional money into affordable housing programme, is all about making sure we can deliver more social housing. But it would be ill-advised to, with all those moving parts, to try and give you an exact definitive figure, because it would be impossible. I could just go and then maybe I might reach it.
Now, when you're not setting targets, even minimum targets, and you're saying that we will be having the biggest wave in terms of social housing, it depends on what you call a big wave then, isn't it? You know, it's objective, I suppose, in a way. One surfer's big wave could be another surfer's ripple, if you know what I mean. Yeah, granted, Rayner did say there's different permutations and local planning situations that are beyond her control. And I suppose in a way that's fair enough, but promising a big wave without targets, you could say that's a little bit in the way of the eyes of the beholder, I suppose. But what do you guys think? Is Angela Rayner being slightly disingenuous here, or am I totally wrong and I'm being unfair on our Deputy Prime Minister and she's been absolutely honest about housing targets? Let me know down below why, and if you also enjoy everything House of Commons and Select Committee meetings, like and subscribe and try and help me to achieve my goal of 40,000 subs by the end of the year. I know, tough ask, but we all like a tryer, don't we? So it just leaves me to say I shall leave the video here and I shall bid you farewell and take care, my friends.